Hello and welcome back to the 2016 Hearthstone America's Winter Championship. My name is Farodsbro and we're about to begin the fifth and final game of the semifinal match between Puffin and Zenstyle. Each player is on their last deck. Puffin has brought his signature Oil Rogue deck and Zenstyle is playing a unique take on Tempo Mage. It looks like our players are ready to go, so let's dive right into the action. And we are underway with our fifth and final game of the semifinal match between Zenstyle and Puffin. Zenstyle is at the bottom of your screen with Tempo Mage, and Puffin is at the top of the screen with his Oil Rogue deck. Our players have decided which cards they're keeping and which cards they're getting rid of, and Zenstyle has a very aggressive early game hand. He has 2 Mana Worms, the Coin, and 2 1-cost spells in Arcane Blast and Arcane Missiles. But he decides he doesn't want to coin out that second Mana Worm on turn 1 here. Looks like he's saving that coin for a later date. Puffin did nothing on the first turn of the game, and uses the second turn of the game to deploy a dagger and wish Zenstyle a happy feast of Winter Veil. Zenstyle has a big draw here in Sorcerer's Apprentice. Makes both of those 1 mana cost spells actually cost 0, and could really start growing these Mana Worms to huge sizes very quickly. But it looks like he's deciding not to play that second Mana Worm. If he was going to do it, he would have done it before playing the coin this turn. And he's just going to hold on to that coin and the Mana Worm. Not playing either of the spells either, since he doesn't have any good targets for them. Puffin's starting off his turn 3 with a Preparation into a 0 mana cost Eviscerate to take care of that Mana Worm. And then he has a comboed SI7 agent to kill the Sorcerer's Apprentice. And that's a very strong tempo play from turn 3 from Puffin. And he's taking tempo back from the Tempo Mage. Zenstyle finally gets that second Mana Worm into play. He uses an Arcane Blast to send that SI7 agent down to 1 health, and he hopes to finish it off. Indeed, he does finish it off with the Arcane Missiles. Puffin is now staring down a 3/3 Mana Worm, and he doesn't really have a great way to deal with it, it looks like. He could Eviscerate it for 2 damage, finish it off with his dagger, and re-dagger. He could also play Tinker's Sharpsword Oil without a combo to make a 4/2 dagger and attack it down that way. Neither play is too good because he's not using the combo out of either of his cards. But he probably has to do something about this Mana Worm or he's going to start falling too far behind against the Tempo Mage. And Puffin decides he's going to go with the Tinker's Sharpsword Oil to bring that dagger up to a 4/2. And he whacks down that Mana Worm. And Zenstyle actually is out of minions here. Puffin dealt with the early pressure, and now turn 4, Zenstyle can only play Mirror Image to make some taunts, and Mirror Entity to copy whatever Puffin plays next. And Puffin draws Sludge Belcher, so now he has to decide between Azure Drake and Sludge Belcher, and he has no fear of that Mirror Entity at all, very quickly deploying his Sludge Belcher. Zenstyle has to be pretty happy about getting such a powerful minion from his Mirror Entity. He draws Archmage Antonidas for the turn. Wow, very powerful card. He just played Mirror Image last turn. I wonder if he's regretting doing that now, since on turn 7 it's such a strong play to go Archmage Antonidas, coin, Mirror Image, making 2 fireballs. But he had no way of knowing that Antonidas was on top of his deck. Instead he just fireballs the Sludge Belcher this turn, and he takes care of the slime with his own Sludge Belcher that Puffin was so kind to give him. Puffin now deploys his Azure Drake into a pretty good draw of Loatheb. Powerful 5 mana 5/5 minion. And Puffin finishes off that injured Sludge Belcher with the second charge of that Tinker's Sharpsword Dagger. Zenstyle very quickly unstable portals here. Has no interest in coining out an Antonidas, really wants to lock in a fireball with that coin. And wow, a huge draw off the unstable portal. Kel'Thuzad, a 5 mana 6/8 with a very powerful effect of bringing back each of the minions that died on each turn. Puffin goes ahead and re-equips a dagger, and he's mousing over that Loatheb, which might mess up the math for Zenstyle. He might be planning on going Antonidas and coining to get a fireball next turn, but Loatheb's going to make that coin cost 5 and make that play impossible. Puffin takes care of that slime with his Azure Drake and passes the turn. And Zenstyle's been pretty reluctant to play the Antonidas without getting a fireball out of that coin so far, so I doubt he's going to play it right here, but he might decide that this is the turn to do it. No, he's going to continue holding off on that Antonidas until he can get fireballs. He just deploys an Azure Drake, and he fire blasts Puffin's Azure Drake down to a 4/2 and sends it back to him. Big draw for Puffin this turn in Sprint. Uses up his mana Very mana-efficient, powerful play. Refuels his entire hand. And drawing 4 cards as a rogue just gives you so many options. It looks like he's mousing over that sprint. He wants to, and he does. Draw 4 cards. And wow, the first card drawn is Dr. Boom. He also gets a second Blade Flurry and 2 backstabs here. Puffin also uses that last mana to deploy a Deadly Poison. And he's going to use that freshly made 3/2 dagger to take down one of those mirror images. He's going to take the other one down with his Loatheb. And he's going to trade his 4/2 Azure Drake into Zenstyle's 4/4 Azure Drake. Zenstyle quickly decides Arcane Intellect is the way to go this turn. And he draws Flamewaker and Piloted Shredder. He could also play that Kel'Thuzad that's been sitting in his hand for a turn or two. And he does go with the Kel'Thuzad here. He does not know that Puffin has a very elegant answer to that Kel'Thuzad in Sap. Because if he saps that Kel'Thuzad, it's going to cost him the full 8 mana to replay it. And not just the 5 that it costs because of Unstable Portal. Puffin starts things off with a Violet Teacher, and then does sap the Kel'Thuzad back to Zenstyle's hand as expected, making a 1/1 Violet Apprentice in the process. And he attacks Zenstyle for 5 with his Loatheb, holding on to that second charge of the Deadly Poison Dagger. And Zenstyle says, "It's time, baby! We're playing Archmage Antonidas, Coin, and Counterspell, making 2 Fireballs." And Counterspell is a pretty nice secret to have when you have Antonidas in play, because it kind of protects Antonidas. Antonidas is very scary if you leave him on the board for more than that initial turn. He'll just make Fireball after Fireball after Fireball. Puffin's got to be wondering what that secret is. He's already seen 1 mirror entity. He might play that Thalnos to figure out if it's that mirror entity. Indeed, he does start things off with the Thalnos. Thalnos does not get copied. We knew it wouldn't because we know it's Counterspell. Puffin figures it out that it's Counterspell by using a backstab on the Antonidas, but luckily he has a second backup backstab to take care of that 5/7 Archmage Antonidas. We'll bring it down to a 5/4. He's going to finish it off somehow. How does he want to do it? Looks like Puffin's going with a 4 damage Blade Flurry, boosted from the Blood Mage Thalnos to take down that Archmage Antonidas. And that is a lot of damage coming out of Puffin this turn. 4 damage from the Blade Flurry, 9 damage from attacks with minions. He's even attacking with his dagger. He's actually sending a 5 damage Eviscerate to Zenstyle's face as well, bringing Zenstyle down to 6. And Zenstyle is facing a lot of damage on the other side of the board. He's going to start things off with a Flamewaker this turn. And he's going to Fireball down that Loatheb, hoping to kill off some of these 1/1s with the Flamewaker pings. He does take down an Apprentice and the Thalnos. He plays a Mirror Image to absorb some of the damage that these guys are going to do. Takes down another Apprentice with his Flamewaker ping, and then uses Fireblast to take down 1 more. And he spams "Nothing will stop me" at Puffin. Nothing will stop me, nothing will stop me. Well, Puffin might think that Dr. Boom can stop Zenstyle. He's hovering over the big bad 7/7 for 7. And there he is, making his Boombots when he comes into play. Puffin's also thinking about using a Preparation into a Blade Flurry. Looks like he wants to damage those mirror images of Zenstyle. And actually, it looks like he might be able to attack 1 mirror image down with his Apprentice, his Violet Apprentice, take down another one with his dagger, and then he can kill that Flamewaker with the Violet Teacher. And man, Zenstyle is under a lot of pressure. It looks like a desperate Ethereal Conjurer to try and find a way to survive this turn. Cone of Cold can freeze the Dr. Boom, but can that do it? No, it's still too much damage. It looks like Zenstyle is going to fall to Puffin. A couple Boombots go to the face, but this is nothing. Zenstyle spams "Nothing can stop me," but Puffin is stopping him right now. He's got lethal on the board. He wishes him a happy feast of Winter Veil. Plays out a few more of his cards. Oh man, Zenstyle is even apologizing. Should be Puffin that's apologizing though. Well, not really, because he played fantastic, and he's going to the Grand Finals of the 2016 Hearthstone America's Winter Championship, defeating Zenstyle in an epic 5-game semifinal series, and eventually taking it down with Oil Rogue. Very well played by both players. And what an epic conclusion to our 5-game semifinal series between Zenstyle and Puffin. Tempo was the name of the game here. Zenstyle began the game choosing not to coin out both of his Mana Worms. Puffin had a fantastic tempo play on turn 3 to take control of the board, and Puffin never let go of that board control, riding Lotheb, Dr. Boom, and well-timed blade flurries to a strong finish. Zenstyle had many powerful plays stranded in his hand. He just didn't have time to play all of his cards. Both players played great, and Puffin is a very deserving finalist. I hope you joined us for the grand finals of the 2016 Hearthstone America's Winter Championship, and thank you very much for watching.